Hey guys. All right, we are going to try this again because I just went live and my sound was all screwed up, but I think I got it fixed. So bear with me for a second. Feel free to hop in the comments and say, hey, or yeah, we can hear you fine. I think I got the problem fixed. But, sometimes it just, it's conflicting things. Everything wants to work at the same time and then it causes more problems. Okay. Sound is good. Thanks for bearing with me. Although I'm pretty sure most of you are like, I'm just gonna exit out or keep scrolling. All right, so my name is Brittany. I'm an educator and a mom of girls, if you've never come across me before. And I am also a self help implementer. So, what does that mean? Is I basically am a self help nerd. And I take in all of these things that I learn and I apply them and then I share them with all of you so that you guys can use them and apply them so that we can really go from feeling stuck, feeling burnt out, feeling like, really, is this what I'm going to do my whole life? To breaking free and being able to adjust and create a better life for ourselves. So that's me. All right. And today we are going to talk about why going backwards is faster and easier than progression, right? And a couple of tips at the end there of what you can do to kind of keep going even when we revert back, right? So, this was actually inspired by a text message I got from my dad, and he was talking about um, like going to the gym after not going to the gym for a while, and basically said, like, it's always easier to just slip backwards than it is to progress, right? It's always faster. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because many of us in the past, cancel clear, we get to this point of the year. So as I'm talking to you guys right now, where I'm at, it's November 1st, which means there's 2 months left of the year. And what tends to happen is all of these, it can be kind of a crazy 2 months, right? We have holidays, there's family time, schedules are changed between, school and home and all of these extra things. There's, a lot of situations that we're put in where there's, you know, maybe not the healthiest food choices and all of those things. And when we combined all of these things of the holidays, of our rhythms and our routines being off, it's really easy to fall back into old habits and old ways of doing things, right? Which is what this video is about, right? And my goal is to inspire all of you that we don't have to stay like, we don't have to look at it and be like, okay, I'm just going to let myself revert to these old habits and then come January, right? How many of you have done that? I know I have done that. Feel free to put it in the comments of like, you start to slip backwards, realize that you're slipping, maybe feel guilty about it, maybe feel like those self destructive behaviors are coming through, right? Maybe you're just like, whatever, right? I don't have time to worry about this issue. I'll deal with it come January, right? So, what happens is then it's like, well, I'm just going to wait, right? I'm just going to wait till January and then I'll start going to the gym again. Or, and then I'll start saving again. Or, and then I'll cut down on my smoking or my drinking. And then I'll start drinking more water again. And then I'll worry about my stress levels, right? But what happens is That's still like 60 days away, right? So we know that going backwards is faster and easier, right? And so that's 60 days. So that's one option of being like, yeah, I'm just going to wait and have 60 days of sliding backwards. Or we can choose to say, hey, there's still 60 days left in this year. There's still 60 days for me to keep up with the good habits that I've already built. There's 60 days for me to start a new habit, right? Because they say it takes about 21 days to start a new habit. And then I think they say it takes like another 60 to just keep in the routine. But that gives you 21 days to start a new habit, right? Or like just reflect and come to terms with like where you want to go in the next year, right? So the reason that going backwards is faster is because that's what we've trained our brains to do, right? That's the habits we've already created. That's the routines we're already living in. And so it's just like a river, right? So think about the way a river starts, right? A river starts with the earth and there being a little bit of water, right? And it slips in the cracks of a rock, right? And then it freezes and the rock crack gets a little bigger when it freezes and then it melts and then there's that crack and then more water gets in there, right? And then it freezes and it cracks it open a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then next thing you know, there's a full river. Nothing's holding it back. It's got a strong current and it's just going. That's what happens in our brains as we live our lives day to day to day. Those trenches, those rivers in our brains get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, right? So we falling backwards is a lot easier because we just go, oh, that's the current of what I've been doing, right? Whereas progression is the rain. Progression is the rain that gets in the little crack of the rock and it just splits a little bit, right? That's why it's so much harder and feels like more work to progress because we have to be aware. We have to purposely crack the rock open. We have to purposely create new rivers in our brains, right? But there's things we can do about it, right? So what can we do to keep going, right? What happens when we kind of get back on the river, right? And float the current that's been running our whole lives or for years and years and years, right? This is why they say it's easier to create a new habit than to try to break old habits because old habits, the river's already flowing, right? If you never develop the habit, you can start fresh. But here's a couple of things, and this is what I want you to know as you go into November and December, um, or any time of the year, really. But since we're talking about it right now, that's what I'm referring to. Is knowing that there are things you can do at any time to keep going. That if you do slip backwards, right, there's still steps you can take, right? First of all, flexibility, understanding that, goals, habits, routines take recommitting, okay? Recommitting. Whether it's you fell off your diet because you had one slice of cake and you're recommitting, or if you fell off your diet and ate an entire cake, it still takes recommitting, right? If you went $100 over your budget or a dollar over your budget, right? Recommitting. So, one way to keep going is to just recommit, right? And this isn't just for habits, this is for like negative self talk, right? And mindset also. Um, but also, so recommit and know when you need to adjust some things, right? This is where people get burned out. And I'm going to wrap it up because I tried to keep it under 10 minutes. People get burned out because we set a goal, we set our sights on something, and yet even when something's not necessarily working exactly how we want it, we're like, "No, if I just keep doing this. If I just keep waking up at 5 in the morning, if I just keep waking up at 5 in the morning, I'll get there, I'll get there, I'll get there." But maybe you're not a morning person. So maybe it's just a matter of adjusting the time that you're doing what you're doing. Maybe it's a matter of evaluating the people that you're around and adjusting when you're around them. Not isolating from them your life or anything like that unless you need to do that, but like just adjusting when you hang out with those people. Maybe it's shortening the time, right? I tried to do yoga like 3 times a week for 45 minutes each time. And I kept like not failing, but I kept like not following through with it. And it came down to I didn't feel like I had enough time to do 45 minutes. I'm like, I don't have time to do 45 minutes worth of yoga. So when I cut that time down and said, you know what, I'm just going to do 10 minutes because that I can handle, then that's when I could build the habit, right? And then it's not, oh, I slipped past for 60 days and now I got to start the new year, right? I can commit to that and recommit to that every day because it's only 10 minutes. All righty. That is it for me. I will let you guys go. But before I do, if you are like, yes, I need these things, right? I need someone to be like, yes, keep going. You got this. Let me show you the hacks and the tricks and, lead the way if you're feeling like you're burned out or stressed or just stuck and you're like, I need something more. Feel free to hop into my free community backwards right here, right? I talk about spirituality, I talk about self help and success hacks because I don't want you to be stuck. I want you to break through the burnout so that you can live the life that you want and live the life that you want to give your kids. So if that sounds like something you want, feel free to hop in. Like I said, it's free. And every week we have giveaways. So all you have to do is be in that group and comment on the giveaway post. And there you go. You can be a winner. All righty. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.